Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Got a DPS Kaizen 100 for you today. It's a carryover model. We're now in year 2 of the Kaizen 100. So same build, shape, construction, graphic, everything like that returns for another year. And this is one of those skis that, while it comes with a pretty high price tag, it's hard not to mention that first because it is pretty expensive. It also comes along with very unique and really fun construction properties that allow it to feel different than many other skis out there on the market today. DPS is always hooked into the use of carbon and a relatively short radius and more of a dramatic shape and profile than pretty much anything else out there. And that gives these skis a very individualistic style. So not only are you paying for the carbon, so a high-grade aerospace-grade carbon, 2 full layers in this ski, but you're also paying for like a made in the USA stamp as well. So designed and built in Utah, these skis are pretty local to the US and just offer a different level of performance and overall finish and quality than a lot of other skis. So really interesting. Definitely, if you haven't gotten on a DPS, give it a shot, see what you feel. Carbon is an interesting, material to be used in skis because it delivers such a unique blend of precision at a lighter weight. This ski happens to use kind of a sophisticated wood core too. So 2 horizontal laminates of wood as opposed to vertical stringers. The top one is poplar, the bottom one is ash. So we get a denser bottom of the core in this ski, and those are sandwiched between 2 full sheets of high test aerospace grade carbon. So there's a pretty strong and sturdy build going on in this Kaizen 100. This is the 189, so a pretty long ski here, and we're on the scale at 2,030 grams. So that ash definitely takes up, kind of a bulk of the construction when you're thinking about weight, but it definitely has a pretty solid feel to it. Also on the stiffer side, when you get in a ski this long, they just become easier to hand flex, but there's a lot of rebound and energy coming out of this ski due to that construction. Shape-wise, this ski kind of hooks into that shorter radius mentality, so 15 meters. Always kind of an interesting combination. So 189 centimeters with a 15-meter turn radius. What they have to do is bring the widest parts back into the center of the ski so that taper shape is brought way down into the ski because they need that 15 meters to be somewhat in the middle. So with a very dramatic rocker profile and taper shape, the Kaizen 100 is just totally unique. Such an amazing floater. Fantastically quick turner, tail taper, again, that's brought well down into the ski. Not like a ton of splay back here, but really long tail rocker, and then kind of a narrower finish to the tail here. But it's one of those skis that, yeah, you can get that 15-meter turn radius, but it's kind of hard. I found that if you stay more in the middle of the ski, you can really get it to move side to side easily. But getting it to kind of really fully commit to that 15-meter turn radius is a challenge given the stiffness of the ski. It does like to go longer, and you can ride this thing at pretty decent speeds. Have not found that it feels, chattery or anything like that when you let it run. Obviously, I think with a tip that it has this much rocker, it's going to seem like it's not really in contact with the snow, but it does a nice job of remaining composed throughout. We do have some tester feedback here from Matt Testa. He says that one thing I really noticed was how balanced I felt on the skis. The ski is light, which made it easy to move around, and it's also pretty playful. The 2 sheets of carbon provide just the right amount of stiffness for stability on harder snow while still offering enough playfulness for bumps and soft snow. It manages to strike a nice balance between being solid and responsive, making it versatile for different conditions. Overall, it ended up being a pleasant surprise. Yeah, I think that he notes the blend there of playfulness and solid. So not a lot of skis can really go both ways in those realms. And I think DPS Kaizen 100 is a pretty rare product in that regard. Just incredibly fun and engaging in a variety of different snow conditions. Really good carver and probably one of the better floaters in the 100 millimeter range, mainly because they have to adhere to that 15 meter turn radius through the use of taper and rocker. So they are kind of forced into making this ski be floaty and maneuverable in softer snow. I had an absolute blast on it this year. Would love to ski it some more coming up. And with that, this is DPS Kaizen 100. It's a high-end ski, a lot of carbon and a lot of responsiveness. Make sure to check out this ski here at SkiEssentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.